Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Marlene. How are you going? I really missed doing my live yesterday. It's funny, isn't it? When you miss one, you're so used to doing it, you feel like something's missing out of your day. But here I am today. So I hope everybody's well. My name's Suzie, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Brisbane, Queensland. So I live in the suburbs of Brisbane. So if you have any need for paper crafting things like paper, ribbons, inks, dyes, let me know. I've got up in the corner over there is my shop. If you put your QR code, if you put your camera on the QR code, it will bring up a little yellow bar. If you hit that, it will take you straight into my shop. So you'll be able to have a wander around and see all the beautiful products that we have. And one thing is with Stampin' Up is that they all match. You don't have to go to different places to find something that matches with your designer series paper or your cardstock or your ribbon or anything like that, because they do all that for you. So besides being my QR code up there, also if you go down in the more box below, you will always find my information. Should have my mobile number and my email. Sorry, I'm a bit scratchy this morning, aren't I? So today I've got something special to do. So first we'll go, we're nearly at the end of the $9 vouchers. So if you spend $125 in products, then you get a $9 voucher. Sorry, $90, my mistake. $90. For every $90 you spend, you get a $9 voucher. So that will end on the 2nd of February. Then you can redeem them from the 3rd of February to the 28th. So, oh look, there's Bear. He's come to see what Paul's doing. He follows Paul around like a shadow. So, there we go. What else have we got? The card retreat is over and done with, but you can still buy the kits if you like. We should get a new product of the month. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but that'll happen on the 3rd, I think, as well. So if it's like last month, so if they've still got the blue paper, they've still got the stamp set and the new product. If you choose the new product on one order, then you go and do another order in the same month. If you haven't got the stamp set, you can choose that as well for your second order, or the paper for the 3rd order. So depending on how many orders you put in a month and what you've got for the product of the month, you can get that for $125 spend, and you can buy it for $9. So it's a little bit cheaper than buying it outright, and plus I don't think these are being put on as stock. They are specials, so once they're gone, they're gone. Alrighty, let's go down and see what's happening in the desk today. So I'll just pop down. I'm going to check the audio because it always disappears for some reason. I'm sorry about my croaky voice. So this is what we're making. So if you remember, Lorraine did one on Monday, I think it was, or last Monday. And I was actually going to do the same thing on the same day. So I know we do things differently. I'd probably decorate different to Lorraine. So it's got these little boxes at the top that you can put things in. So you can pop something in there, whether it's a chocolate, a tea bag, or tissues even, a little packet, you know, you get those little tissues, cough lollies, things like that. Plus it's a beautiful card. And it is a NAFID card. So I didn't want to do it on the same day that Lorraine did hers. So I saved it. And I was going to do it Friday, but of course I didn't have it live on Friday, did I? Because I was at the hospital. So I decided to do it this morning. So that's what we're going to do. So firstly, I've got all the bits and pieces just about cut out, ready. So my papers, I've got stuff everywhere. Okay, so let's take the top off. Yeah, Marlene, it was just another test and I won't get the results until I go back to the specialist. So all these tests I've been having over the last few months, I don't get the results till I go back to the specialist probably in, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 months. Okay, so it's called an accordion fold. Now, if you notice, I did this with a white background and I used the green there. So I used odd bits of paper for this so that I had around the place. So we're going to make the stand, which is here. So I've chosen Blackberry Bliss and Highland Heather, and then Blackberry Bliss on top of it. Hi Deb, how are you going? Oh, okay. Not a problem, Deb. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you are well. So we're going to put this together. So I just went a different way, and you can choose whatever you want. It's your card. And this would make actually a lovely gift or card for someone in hospital because you can pop little treats into it. So we'll put this on here. And this is why I like my Tumbo glue, is that I have a little bit of room to move it around. Because I'm going to put a sentiment on there. Oh, hi Julia, how you doing? Lovely to see you. You're good? A good night's sleep, yeah, Deb. I wake up, I toss and turn, I wake up 2 or 3 times in the night. And then somebody with little paws wakes me up around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Sometimes he'll get on the pillow next to me and lick my eyelids to wake me up. And he walks up me. He doesn't walk up the other side of the bed where there is nobody. He walks up Lovely to see you again, Sue. Okay, so you all know I like blackberry bits, and purples and pinks are my favourite colours. So, okay. So that's our base done. Now I'll give you the measurements for this. The first piece is 6 by 3. The second piece, which is the Highland Heather, is 5 3/4 by 2 3/4. The top piece is 5 1/2 by 2 1/2. Okay, and this is one of Sam Calcutt's cards. She does some beautiful cards, but they mostly are quite avid cards. So that's our stand. Then we go to our box. Okay, now I've done one. I've cut it out, and I had actually cut a sunflower when I did the other card so that I would remember where I've got to cut. So I just saw this here. I haven't matched this, and it's got a little bit of the score line. So we want a piece of 6 1/2 by 6 1/2. Okay, put those over here. Now I've scored this already because it takes such a long time to do things, but I'm going to go through it with you. So you score it. See here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 score lines. Okay, so that side you do it at 2 inches, 3 inches. So 2 inches, 3 inches, 5 inches, and 6 inches. Okay, then you turn it around because you've got to do your scores going the other way. So the other way is 1 inch, 5 inches, 5 inches, and 6 inches. Okay, so those are where your score lines are. Oh, please excuse my throat, it's really bad this morning. Okay, so we're going to cut now. So I saved one so that we could cut it together. So we've done one where it's only got one score line. Right. So we're going to cut to the first score line going the other way. So, and cut on score mark as best you can. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this little tab here, I'm going to cut that off. Alright, you don't need that. Now on these ones, and see I've marked 1, 2, 3, and this one had a 4. We're going to mitre them So when we fold up our box, they will close nicely, fold nicely. So we're just going to miter them a little bit on each side. And if you've got any score lines still on here, along here, cut them off, please. Just make sure you miter them along. You need to take a little slither out, that's all. Just be careful you don't cut into the other piece. Okay. So that's that side of our box done. So when it folds up like that. Okay. Now we're going to go to this side where we've got a 1/2 inch tab. So that's here. Probably see it better on the white, on the cream one. So this is what we're going to do next. We've done this. And we've cut up to the first fold. Now we're going to do this one. And that's going to be our tab that we fold in on. So with that one, I am going to cut. Actually, first I'll do this. No, I'm going to cut. Nearly did it wrong. That piece completely out. And then I'm just going to miter each end. Okay. So now we've done this bit here, which is our fold. So now we're going to do this bit here. So we're actually going to cut up to the second fold line. So see, we've got a 1/2 inch one here, and then we've got another one here. So we are going to cut up to the second score line. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this piece back. And we're going to snip off the end of that one. And snip off the end of that one. So this is what we've got. Okay. And then we're going to take this piece out completely. So we're going to cut across our score line. And remove that. Alright. So then this is what we've got left on the other side. Okay. So I'm going to miter these edges like we did before on the other side. So just a little bit. And if you've got any score line there, just nick it off. My trim just makes it fold when you glue it a little better. Okay, so that's our 2 boxes done. So now we're going to glue them together. So this with the top is going to be our flap. So we're going to take this bottom piece. Oh, actually we'll do the side first. So we'll put glue along that tab there. I think it makes a lovely surprise card when you can put little bits in it. So I'm going to lay that down like that. And then I'm going to put this piece, and make sure you get it this side of the fold line, like that. Okay, so it needs to go along the edge. And then we're going to fold these in. Now you might have to trim them a little bit, depending on how good you've done your mitering. Which I see I've got a little bit there. So pick which side of the fold looks the best. So we're going to put some glue on our little tabs here. And then I'm going to pop that piece down. And just hold it into place. Then I'm going to put some glue on this plate here. And pop that down. I'm going to stand it up. And I'm going to put my bone folder in. I think there's a little bit here that hasn't stuck. So I just put that bit of glue in there and hold it. And you see that little flap here. Give that a good creasing. And you might have to trim your other pieces, but that you can see. I might take another little bit off that side because I've got more on one side than I have on the other. So just nick it off a bit. There you go. And that will open from the top. Good morning, Lynn. How are you going? Hope you're well. So that's one box done. So now we'll do our second box. How's everybody's weather going? Have you had any storms? So once again, I'm going to fold this over and we will put this on the crease. So this is our tab. So this will close our box up. So we'll fold that over and then I'll bring this side along there. And just make sure it closes. And then we do the same as we did with the other one. So I'll tuck those side bits in and put some glue on them. I mean, you could make these boxes for anything. You know, they didn't do. So I'll pop that down. Sunny there today, hot and humid. Yeah, this is probably about the same. Yeah, it's not nice when you can't sleep, is it? I'd say if you get up and do something, and then go back to bed. I usually read if I can't sleep. And then this part, just make sure that it closes. And to take a little bit off that. And then I'll close over like that. So there's our two boxes. Now we're going to decorate them. You can decorate them before you put them on. Okay, so this one is Gorgeous Grape, and as you know, that one is oh gee, that's my favourite, Blackberry Bliss. Blackberry Bliss and Gorgeous Grape. So I'm now going to glue these together. I've cut some strips out. So I've actually cut those out of the, and I think it's still available, which is the Perennial Lavender. I love that paper. So I've just used one of the sort of plain ones, and I'm going to glue them on here like that. So we'll do that first, and then we'll do our side panels. It's hot and humid here too. Probably not as bad as you though, up there in Darwin and up north. So after this I've got to go and do a bit of shopping. Two. Guaranteed to put you to sleep. Hi Margaret, how you going? Lovely to see you. Oh, that's not a bad idea, Lynn. Is you read listening to something that's totally boring that will put you to sleep, or read something boring that will put you to sleep. So I've got 4 of these. So it's a Teddy's Treats and gone in hiding. He won't go until he gets his treats. Now we've got our little side pieces. So we're going to put them on their mats, and I'll tell you in a minute what size the mats are. So the large mat is 1 7/8 by 3 7/8. So that's these ones. And then the side pieces are 3 7/8 by 7/8. And see, I've just got a tiny border around. That's fine. And you can do this as plain or as intricate that you want to do. It depends what you like doing on a card. I tend to like to do just snip this bit off there. I like to do cards that have a lot on them, avid cards they call it. Okay, so we'll start with one box. So that's our top that has got that flap on. So I'm going to put a piece of this on the front. And for the designer series paper, I've just gone down 1/8 of an inch. So you've just got that little border on each side. You don't have to do the back if you don't want to, but I think it looks more finished. And that's your choice. It won't show on the card. See, on this one I didn't do anything on the back. I think this was only a sample. So I think it looks nicer if you add a mat on the back as well as the front. Because if you've got it, if you say you were in hospital and you had it on a side table, you know, those little tables that you have, the back would show. Or if you just had it sitting on the table, it would show. So I think it's nice to do the back as well. But that's just my opinion. So we'll just leave that one to dry there. And we'll put these on our other box. You could just make these boxes up for anything. And have little boxes hanging around for when you want some. The only thing is then you've got to have storage space, don't you? And the birds have been going off this morning, making a heck of a noise. Oh, they're called noisy miners, so I guess that's why. We had the honour of bear walking past when I first started this video. He followed Pauline. Probably thought he was going to get more food. Okay, so that's our 2 boxes. We'll just let those dry off to the side. Now, we've got to make our concertina bits, which is the fan that will go in the middle. So these pieces are 4 by 11. So you want 2 pieces. So I've done that one. And we're going to score it. So we're going to score it at make sure I get my scoring tool up there. So 1 inch, that doesn't seem like it's in. And be careful you don't cut through your paper, because your designer series paper is, of course, is thinner than your cardstock. 2, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, and then I'm going to extend my arm. Seven inches, so it's every inch. 8 inches, 9 inches, 10 inches. So that's 4 inches across and 11 inches down. Oops. That's me. Okay, then I'm going to fold them and go over them with my bone folder to make them nice and sharp. Now the thing that takes the time on this card, really, the card is quite easy. Once you get the hang. Hi Sarah, how you going? Lovely to see you. Ah, 300 attending. Wow. expensive crop. So what is it you're doing, Sarah? I didn't do one Friday, Sarah, so I decided I'd do this today. And I picked it to do last Monday. I think it was last Monday. But Lorraine beat me to it, so I didn't want to do it straight after Lorraine's card. Then you're just going to fold this as a fan fold. Okay. Making cards. Oh, wow. That'd be awesome. We really don't have anything like that here in Australia. Sometimes it's just hard getting too much money, yeah. I can relate to that. So, there we go. That's going up that way. So we're going to glue that. We're going to put it over that one along there. Okay. I know that feeling, Sarah, spending too much money. I should have an order either on Monday or Tuesday. So I ordered the stamping positioner. So you want to take this just up to that score line. Okay. Because that will then fold like that. Now, see how this side's down? This side is up. So I want you both to be the same. So I am going to cut this piece off. So just cut up your score line. I could have done it on the trimmer. Okay. So that then, oops, is our fan fold that will sit between lots of vendors there too. Yes, you and me both, Marlene, especially when it comes to the two-way, the stamping. I do have this one, and I find out I don't use it really, and I should. But the new one, it's nothing like that one. It doesn't hinge on. So I'm interested to try it out. Now, we're going to put our boxes on. So the reason why we want this one going down, same as this one, we are going to glue them to our boxes. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on this side first. You can use tearing tape if you want. Now I'm going to stick this on. So I want it so it's along the edge there, also level at the bottom and the top. So I'll just hold this for a few minutes. Before we put the other side on. Okay, now let's do this side. So again, make sure you get your flaps facing backwards, both the same way, because otherwise you might put it like that, and then you've got one going one way, one going the other. So you didn't really need to do those sides, but that's just me. I prefer to have it done. And I'm going to go right up to that corner there. And make sure you've got it at the top and the bottom. Okay, so there's our boxes and our fan down. So when it opens up, it looks like that. So we'll just give it a minute to dry. Hold it together. Somebody's been to the shop. Have a look at it. So just hold that straight and keep it so that it adheres to the little boxes. So that is our piece which it will sit on. So then it'll sit like that. We've got our little mechanisms we have to do. See if I can push that up against there and keep it closed. So the mechanism, keep in mind.
I went up some clothes, washing stuff and some potatoes for his meal. I don't know.
Okay, so our little hinges will do in our blackberry glaze. and they have to be 1 inch by 3 inches. Whoops. So we'll go 3 inches. By 1 inch. A little bit out. One inch by 3 inches. And on the 3 inch side, we score at 1 inch. So make sure we get our scoring blade up there. Dun, dun.
It's fuel down, mate.
Oh, here's Bear. And you won't see him because...
You need that running?
Oh,
What? You?
what's that?
It's a paper bag. I don't use them because they break.
I've just never seen that sort of a bag before. Okay, I'm going to score it at 1 inch. So 3 inches by 1 inch.
I should have
I'm going to score it at 1 inch. And we'll crease those. So, if you see here, that with the little hinge, we glue down the 1 inch tacks on either side. So, we can put our tabs and glue them on the bottom there, like that. Make sure you've got the right end and not this end. So I'll put some glue on here. And then we'll pop this on here. So line it up with the box right on the edge there. Oops. Make sure you get it as straight as you can and press that down. So the same with this one, because you want this tab on the outside. Okay, so then we'll put glue on this piece. I think we only have like one big show for craft making. And that's in the city, and I don't like going in. Oh, it's at South Bank. Okay. Now we're going to put some glue on our tab that's sitting here. So I'm going to do it at the same time. Again, you can use Terran tape if you want on here. Terran tape, you've got to get it right at first, but correct. So till you've got about the same on each side. And hold it until the glue sets. And then when you let go, this is what you've got. So I'm just going to give them a bit of my boxes are opening from this side. Yep. So just make sure your boxes are opening on both at the same side. So this is what we have now. So now we're going to decorate. You could do it before you put it on here, if you like. So what I did was I made some flowers. So I did melon mambo and gorgeous grape. And I stuck the different pieces back in, which is not an easy thing to do by any means. It's just so fiddly. See, here's one that's dropped out of here. So what I ended doing is putting a little bit of glue on the inside of these. First I tried putting sellotape on the bottom, but that didn't really work either. Okay. Hi Ross, how you doing? How you feeling? Super cool. Oh, thank you. I'm going to get some bling. And I'm going to use one of my favourites, the Druzes. I spent last night doing these flowers. Yes. And I'm going to put that up the top. And then I'm going to take another one and I'm going to put that on. All that part there. I'm going to put another one. Now you can decorate this before you put it on the box. And of course this is out of our new set. And I'm going to stick it on the top there. Like that. So this is out of stuff everywhere. I have to clean this up before I go shopping. So this is out of our Simply Beautiful dies. I've made the flowers. And somewhere in there, oh here they are, there's one. I cut some leaves and I cut some gold. Have to have gold, don't you? And just pull those up a bit so that they cut. I did do them with the pencil last night. Now, I'm going to put another one on there like that. So this one, I just need to cut a couple more. Or no, I think it needs that big one. So I'm going to have to cut a bit more. Oops. Come on. And put a bit of tone tape on this if you like too. So I want them to slide into each other sort of thing. And then I'm going to put that in there. It doesn't matter if it goes out over the fan because you're not going to put this in an envelope, that's for sure. Now I've got another one there we can put in. You can do more if you want. It's totally up to you the way you decorate it. I'm not going to finish that one off on here now because it'll take too much fiddling around. So just imagine that one's there and we'll do this side fully. The only reason being is that putting these little pieces back inside is a fiddly job, and getting the glue on takes a while. So I won't make you suffer through that. So we'll concentrate on doing this side. We can put the top leaf on here. that. I should have another one of these. Oh, there was that piece I was looking for. Looked all over for it last night because I couldn't find the other bit to it, see? And there it is. How it ended up right over there, I don't know. So I think I'm going to put another piece there of our gold. I love doing cards that you can decorate them like this. So remember, this I have to do the little flowers on. So I will actually do that after I've finished. So you just need to watch that when you close it up, that your flowers and whatever it is that you're putting on will close over each other. Okay. So that's what that looks like. I could cut another one of these and put one down there, which I think I will. I'll do that. I'll do that when I finish this side off. Now we need the sentiment too. So where I use the leaves, the changing leaves, which I love this one, and that's what I use the leaves for. I got a sentiment. Oh, well, there you go. So I'm going to put the sentiment across here, across the front. So I need some basic white. That out. There we go. I know I had some pieces of white. I think that one's a bit big. Now, what shall we have for oops. Now, this one's, you could do thinking of you. You could make it a wedding card. That would look good in whites and gold. White for the flowers with the gold inserts in. That would look awesome. Oh, just made me think of that. I might have to make one. So what have I got? Where's me? Oh, we got this one. But I think that would be too big to go on here. So happy for you. It's your day. Oh, we've got this fabulous Sam's, which is our product of the month. So we could put happy birthday or sending love. Sending love's nice, isn't it? I have to see if it fits in. So what I'm doing now with these is I'm actually inking them up and then putting them on a piece of paper. It's a lot clearer that you know when you've got it. So sending like a love isn't going to fit in it. It's too big. So it's happy birthday. What else have we got? See, to a fabulous friend, but it doesn't work. I can't do it on a round one either. There we go. I think that was good. That didn't have any sentiments on it, did it? Oh, strips, I mean. Okay. Excuse me, Bear wants to go out. Don't do that. And a fly potty. Paul should know that when he goes out, he's got to go with him. It's Paul's shadow. So, back to what we want for a sentiment. I was just what did we say? Sending love, didn't we? I was just wondering if we could fill. I don't think it's still going to fit. No, it's not. It's not going to fit. Which means I want something else to cut it out with. And I'm going to do it in blackberry bliss. So if you put white on top, you could and stamp it. But of course I didn't want to put lights on top, did I? So stylish shapes. It would just, I think, fit. Let's have a look. Have a look, see what we can do. Plate's got a bow in it. I'm trying to, so it squashes it down. Oh wow, just. So we're going to pop that up on here like this. Alright, so I couldn't use that one. So we'll get some dimensionals. Yep, that just took the so this will definitely be an added card. So I'm just going to pop that as best as I can. There we go. Sending enough. Okay. And I think we'll put a couple of gorgeous druses on there as well. That will give us 3, 4, 5, and we want another one, 6. Now I want some Winkered Stella. This is a new one. Mm-hmm. I'm actually just going to brush a bit on these flowers. Probably should have done it before I put them on. As well as spritzing them. And I can put a bit on the green as well. We don't have an avid card, we really want it to shine, don't we? So, there we go. So this one has to have a couple of extra bits on, which will go there, which will be the other side. But it's very fiddly putting these bits in the middle. So I will do that off camera. But looking at this side here, I will repeat down this side here. So that is our card. So I've done this from Sam Caldcott in the UK. Her mother actually made it as a birthday card for her, and then she repeated it in a different way. So there we go. So we've got our little boxes here that you can put something in. I'm happy the way it turned out, except for not finishing off that other flower. But I'll show you on Monday when I finish it what it looked like. So there we go. So that's our card for today. Leave that there like that. And as I said, I'll finish that one off. So I'll come back up to the top. So just bear with me a moment when I find my mouse. Got stuff everywhere. Here we go. I'm back. Oh, thank you, Lynn. So, there we go. So I would have done it yesterday for Friday's fun day, but since I was at the hospital, I decided that my hair decided I'd do it this morning. Now it's sticking up. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. And thank you for coming, for sharing your Saturday morning with me. It was a bit of a long card, wasn't it? But I think well worth it when it's finished. And I love the purples, as you know. So have a great morning or a great weekend, and I will see you back on Monday morning at 10:30. Thank you, Marlene. So have a great weekend, everybody. Sarah, you enjoy your card exhibition, I guess you'd call it. So love to see one of those sort of things over here. It'd be great. So take care, everyone. See you on Monday at 10:30. Right, suddenly I've got an update, but I haven't got any room for it. Take care. Bye.